Hello. Hey, Mia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
All right. How is everyone doing today? Oh, Allie, your puppy is so cute. What's the name? Say it again. We didn't hear you. Was anybody able to hear her? No?
I can. I don't know.
Oh,
if
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Her name's Penny.
She's a puppy, huh?
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
she's a biter.
Well, congratulations. I'm sure she's in good hands with you.
Thank you.
You'll have a lot of training to do, but I'm sure you'll be great. How's everybody else doing today? You all look super thrilled. Guys, we only have, say what, Nathan?
I said fan freaking-tastic.
Nice, I like that. Mr. Geiger just texted me, he's like, we only have about 7 days left of class. So, we're gonna do what we can, and I have hopefully some things you'll find as good news. So in regards to your grades, because I know you guys are always working hard with that. So I'm gonna start off with the announcements. Now I'm curious, I changed this announcement a couple times. Does it email you again when I change it or anything? Okay, good, because I'm like, gosh, that's going to be annoying. Okay, so a couple terms we really haven't used in a while. You know what a test is. It's one that you're assessing multiple learning targets, and then you see that skyward grade band. So you should have seen actually several grades in the in Skyward lately. We're having a quest on Thursday. A quest is one learning target that assesses for Skyward grade band. So you'll see that in the grade book. And then the quiz, those are those learning targets assessing things that can only help your grade. Remember, not hurt. Are you okay with that so far? Okay, so I've got the learning targets here. We're on PTB 1. We're wrapping up that. We went over last week the 6 trends. What else? And shortly, I'll answer any questions you have on the trend notes. And then we'll talk about the homework that was due. There's one class activity that we're going to be dealing with, a student periodic table. And then your homework, once you complete that student periodic table, is going to be this trend skill sheet number 2. It's just the back of the skill sheet that was due today. Okay, so that's where we're going. But things that I want to make sure you're aware of. So I said the quest on PTB1 is Thursday, okay? And that's going to be one that's open notes. It'll be very, very similar to your skill sheet 1 and 2, okay? And what we're doing today. So I give you one opportunity so far to work with the skill sheet. Today in class, we're going to do a second opportunity. And then your homework is your third opportunity to practice applying these trends before the quest. Assignments, don't forget, that are emailed to me will not be accepted. You have to submit on Canvas. That's the only way that'll work, unless I specifically say I need you to email something. And then retakes, if you're interested in retaking SAB 1 and 2, That's going to be starting at 8 o'clock sharp. And then if you want to retake ST1, that's also starting at 8 o'clock, okay? So I originally had it from 8 to 9, but some of you I realized might want to take both retakes. So that's why we'll start at 8. And then if you want to do the second test, you'll probably finish the first one around 9, and then we'll end it at about 10. If you're only going to retake one of those, start at 8, and once you're done, you're done. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, in order to retake, this is what you have to do. You have to, and you might want to write this down. In order to retake, you have to submit test corrections by 2 p.m. on Thursday. That means I've unlocked those tests so you can access them. You can take a look at my feedback. You'll make your corrections. If you want to just start on a brand new fresh sheet of paper and do that, I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it. So submit your corrections. How about we do this via email? So corrections will be submitted via email by 2 p.m. Thursday. Does that make sense to everybody? Who's taking AP tests this week? Which one, you guys? Sam, which test?
Push AP US History.
Okay, and what day is that?
Friday.
Oh, that's Friday. What time? In the afternoon, right? Okay. All right, good. I want to make sure I'm not conflicting with that. How about the rest of you guys? Is it A push?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone taking something other than A push? Okay. So I wanted to plan this for you because Friday is that catch-up day. We're going to use that to retake those 2 correctives if you like. Remember, it's optional. You don't have to retake both correctives, but I wanted to give you the option to do both if you'd like. Okay, are we good? Okay, so I do want to go over a little bit dealing with the homework that was due today, and then we'll get started. I'm going to go through it very briefly. Okay, so let me just get this file pulled up. Can you see the document that says second trial skill sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Eric, thank you. All right, so you guys had this one to complete and submit by class today, right? So if we look at that one, you may have seen me make some sorts of comments. I'm trying to make that bigger for you. It doesn't want to. Okay, so if I circle the column, maybe you have them in the right order. For example, like let's say I'm just totally making this up. Let's say you put A, B, C, and D. If you circled if I circled a column, that could mean either it's the wrong order or it's the wrong location, okay? And then if there was something where I'm like, I saw some of you where you had the order mostly right, you just needed to shift things over. You might see me write you a note saying shift things, or you might see some arrows doing that for some of the patterns. Okay, so for example, if you just wanted to check some. Now, those of you who submitted it already, I did give you some feedback, so you're more than welcome to take a peek at that. But I'll give you like a couple hints. So for 7A, you should have gotten the top as N, middle O, and the bottom M. Okay. I'll do a few more hints. S goes there. A goes here. Okay. So I wanted to give you a few hints just so you can see if you're on the right track or not. Do you have questions on those? No? Okay. So let's go into the activity that you actually have today. Now, did you guys get my email asking you to sign up with like a lab partner or someone? I think I sent that out this weekend. Okay, so yeah, some of you guys have already done that. So let's get into Canvas and show you some stuff I'm talking about. And then before I forget to tell you, I sent out an email. I am available to help at 1:15 today because I have a short 15-minute meeting. So we're going in here. Now my screen obviously is going to look a little bit more different than yours just because I've got more teacher stuff. I'll try to get student view. Okay. So then what you're going to do is click on people and then groups. And then you should see one for the ones that say Schreiner only. Hold on. Oh, that was from an old one. I think I had Schreiner as the first name in everything. Let's look at these. Nope, not all 7th hour. And in the email, I gave you the exact name of the group. So what I would do is start Schreiner, typing that in. Might not pull up for whatever reason. Oh, here it is. Okay, so what you're going to do is go in here and find one other person to work with. For example, I'm going to just take a look at, you write this down now. Arden and Haley have paired up. So Arden and Haley, write down you're called Schreiner Lab Partner 3. Okay. And then what you're going to be doing after you've signed up with one other person is working on the assignment I shared with you. So it looks like a slide. And let me pull that up for you. Okay, I had a lot open lately. So it's called Schreiner's Student Periodic Table. Okay, let me make these bigger so you can actually read. So these are the directions. Okay, warning, ooga, ooga, warning, don't forget this. I'm gonna give you a puzzle that I made based off of you and your names. There will be no D blocks and no F blocks. So when you look at the traditional periodic table, a lot of times you're gonna see something that looks, let's see if I can write, kind of like, it'll look kind of like, let me draw it for you so you can actually see. You know, when you, well, here, when you look at the periodic table here, you traditionally see a shape like this, and then you'd have, here's the SP, this is the D block, and then you'd have the F block down here. Well, this periodic table does not have this section. So you cross that out, and it doesn't have the F section. So it's going to be a much more condensed periodic table is what I'm getting at. Okay, so also, it says, do not arrange the elements based on mass, okay? Use the other trends we talked about, like electronegativity. So just for a quick review, what were the trends for electronegativity? Which way does it go? This way, some people asked to check notes, we can do that.
It goes right and up.
Yeah, so here's a bad drawing of the periodic table. And then electronegativity goes, like you said, to the right and up. Fluorine was the most electronegative, right? Now, don't panic, because if you drew it like this and up, that's the exact same thing, you guys, okay? So that's electronegativity. I'll try to color code. Okay, how about atomic radii? Which way did that go? Gabe already told us a trend. Somebody else give me a pattern. Yeah, I see Arden. She said it's going to go down and now it goes right to left, right? That's atomic radii. Very good. Okay. How about ionization energy? Yep, she said over and up. So Arden, are you saying this? Like over here and up?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So electronegativity and ionization. Match. Now don't forget, you need to know the trends, and yes, this is open notes, but make sure you can explain why they move the ionization energy to the right and why to the top. Just like with atomic radii, you want to be able to explain why does it get bigger? Well, you're adding protons and electrons. So the atomic radii is filling more shells, so it's gonna get bigger. And then why does it actually get smaller here? Well, because of that pull of the attraction between the electrons and the protons causes the radii to shrink. Does that ring a bell? Okay, we had a pattern for noble gases. I'm gonna make these guys green, okay? Noble gases. What was the pattern, Chris? Don't forget to unmute.
Like I think it's their activity.
Yeah,
Like how active
the
they are.
reactivity, yeah, does it go top down or bottom up?
Yeah, top down.
Great, they go top down. That's for non-metals, or sorry, noble gases. Let's do non-metals and metals then next. So we've got our metals over here, right? And we've got our, I'm trying to get a different color now for you. I don't know. It's probably not going to look any different to you, but okay, so then you've got your non-metals are over here. In that section, right? Okay, so in terms of reactivity for metals, what pattern do we have for that? Haley, can you help me out?
It goes down and to the left.
Right, it goes down. And then are you saying to the left like this or the other way?
Like that.
Okay, good. That's correct. So these are for metals, the reactivity of metals. Okay, why is it increasing as you go down? Why do they become more reactive? If you're not sure, you're going to want to go over that, review that. You could even Google that. Okay, same thing with the pattern. If non-metals and non-metals, they look like that. I'm just noticing I goofed the color changes. Sorry about that. But that's the correct trend. You want to be able to explain why it behaves that way. Now, non-metals are going to be the opposite, right? So I'll go over this with non-metals. Non-metals are the opposite in terms of reactivity when you compare to metals. Okay. And that has to do with the ionization energy and the electron affinity. Remember, non-metals are going to want to accept electrons. Metals will donate. And it all has to do with stability. Remember, the electron configuration that's most stable is like a noble gas. So those are some hints for you. Does that make sense? And I think we hit all 6 of those patterns, right? Yep. So it's an ugly drawing, not gonna lie. but that will help you. So let's see. Step 3, it says, feel free to change the size of the element cards I made so that they fit neatly on the slide, but are still legible. Don't make them microscopic. And then I changed the slides that I shared with you to this setting. So if you just leave it as it is, you won't have to manipulate it. If you would accidentally change the size, then you'd have to adjust it back to 12 inches wide by 8.5 inches tall. You go under File, then Page Setup, and then click on the Custom Setup. So what are we really looking at? Here are four conclusion questions you'll answer, but this is what you're going to be manipulating. So I've given you, I believe, 40 different elements, and then what you will do, I gave you an edit only copy, so you're going to have to save a copy of the document, and then you can share it with your partner so that you can both work on it together. So you're going to come up with the pattern. You'll put it a lot straighter than I am, but you'll move them as appropriate so that you can organize them based on the trends. Okay, does that make sense? And when you look at one of these cards, let me make one bigger just so you can see. It's got information, all sorts of information. It's got the symbol. So here I grabbed Gabe's. We call that barbium. Here's the mass. Here's the oxide. That's the formula. And think about charges when you write formulas again. Okay. Ba2O7. Here's the atomic radii. This tells you the state, you know, solid, liquid, gas. And then it tells you if it's conductive. Okay. You will have to draw a stair-step pattern where the metalloids exist as well, but that's in the directions. Does this kind of make sense what you need to do though? So in class, you're working with your partner on putting this periodic table together so it makes sense according to patterns. And then your homework tonight is the skills. So if you don't finish this one in class, do that first. And then don't forget to submit skill sheet 2. Okay, I'll make a separate entry so you can submit skill sheet 2 on a separate place. And then let's see, for turning this in, there'll be a spot actually for you to upload that there. Okay. All right, so how do you want to go off and work with your partner? Should we just keep you in the Zoom and then you guys are working and sharing the document, or do you guys want to make your own Zoom?
Make our own Zoom.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to keep this Zoom open in case you have questions. You can come grab me. Okay, but yeah, why don't you guys go ahead and make your own Zoom with you and your partner? It's free. Okay, and then I'll keep on the line to help you if you get stuck.
Miss Schreiner, can you go over like who the partners are? Because I don't know if everyone has signed up.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to do. Okay. So Weisgerber and Arden are in a group. Peyton, I've got you here, so you need a partner. Okay, I mean, you could do this alone if you prefer. I'm not going to make you partner up, but sometimes it's easier. Gabe's with Colton. So the rest of you guys need to sign up. You should be able to assign yourselves, which I liked that feature.
Ms. Schreiner,
Uh-huh.
I just had a question about the overall assignment. So what we're doing is we're taking the presentation and using the
Element cards. Yep.
Putting it into the periodic table based on the different trends.
Yes. Right, well said. Yep, I'll call them element cards if that's okay. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and I'll hit refresh because you guys might have signed up already. Okay, So people, groups, start typing Schreiner in. And then it takes a moment, like you can see. So Anna's with Sam. Gilson, you're with Peyton, I see. Weisgerber and Arden. I think we,
do our own Zoom if we have our partners. Instead
oh
of-
yeah. Yeah, you go off. I'm gonna stay here. If you're ready to work, go ahead. Okay, what about, we said Gabe's with Colton. So the rest of you need to sign up. If you prefer to work alone, then just sign up by yourself. Okay.
Oh, where do you go to sign up?
You should be able to go into the groups that I showed you, and then you should be able to drag your name in there. Okay, so let me leave student view.
There's a join button.
Oh, is
That
there a
you-
join button? Awesome, thank you. Yeah, see how I've got all these names? Yours, if you said you've got a join button, yours just looks a little different than mine. If you really can't get it to work, tell me who you want to work with and I'll sign you up.
Ms. Schreiner, can me and Nathan work together? Can you just sign us up?
Okay, so I'm gonna go into, you guys are gonna be Schreiner Lab Partner 8. So
Okay.
make sure you do that and then let me get you guys, Eric.
Miss
Okay.
Schreiner, I have a question.
Okay, I can answer while I'm doing this. Go ahead.
Where is like the document thing?
The document I shared with you this weekend. So hit shared with me and
Oh,
it should be named
yeah.
something like
Okay. I
Schreiner
really
student.
couldn't see it, and I was like trying to find it. So
Yeah,
now
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought it'd be easier for you if I just flat out emailed it. Okay, and then you said Nathan, right?
Yeah.
Am I spelling it wrong? What, Nathan, your last name?
SCHOE SSOW. There.
There you are. Okay, good. I didn't think I was wrong then. Good. Okay, so you guys should be good. Anybody else need help?
Mrs. Schreiner,
Uh-huh,
can me and Abel work together?
sure. Okay, I'm gonna make you Schreiner Lab Partner 7. So you want me to sign you up?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, Callies. Kall, right?
K-A-1-L-I-E-S.
Oh, that's why. They had to make it difficult in here. All right. Okay, you guys are 7, and let's go get Abel. Okay, you guys should be good. I'll hit refresh. Okay. And Gianna, is there, and Mia, do you guys want to work together?
Yeah, it just wouldn't let
Okay.
me go through it from Canvas, so I'll just.
Okay, do you want me to sign you up?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me get that back up. You guys are going to be Schreiner Lab Partner 5. That's slow. Where's Weeks? Weeks, did you sign up for one already?
Yep, I'm group 4.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay. That's right. Okay. There we go. So Gianna, I was wrong. You're going to be group 4, Schreiner Lab Partner 4.
That sounds good. Okay, and then we can go and start it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Abel, are you okay? Okay. Mm.